Hello everybody, welcome back to the Lost Mine Pokemon Trading Card Game channel. We, as promised, have brought you some gameplay today.
No way.
Lucas is here, Landon's here.
I
Myself, Landon, I'm on the left with Mega Lucario, and Lucas is on the right with Zoroark EX of the Ends variety.
True.
I believe Lucas is going first. Snail each other very quick, and here we have to go. Lucas doesn't have a great start.
Yeah, it's okay, but I need him to whiff the Zoroark. There was some debate on if I should have retreated into Reshiram and just or even promoted Reshiram.
Yeah.
But I don't know he's playing Zoroark, and in this situation, I don't know. It's kind of a somewhat difficult thing to hit the Zoroark combo here. So I decided to leave the Zoro in the active, and he does end up whiffing.
Yeah. I think the thing that's really important to notice about these Zoroark decks post-rotation is there's no longer Arven as just like a one-card hit attack. Because before you could just go like Arven for the balloon plus the vessel or the nest ball or whatever you needed for energy or the rock.
Yeah.
And you could just very easily get the attack. But now you have to physically draw both those cards.
Yeah. In Dango format, I'm retreating into Reshiram every time.
Yeah. And we see here I do hit the turn 1 Judge. I got the Zoroark down. I got the energy in the active for retreat for the following turn or whatever attacker I do so choose. And getting Riolu turn 1 is obviously very important with this deck. You'll notice we no longer have access to Iono, so Judge turn 1 is going to get us both to 4 cards and both not doing a whole lot. But Lucas hit a pretty good.
I hit a pretty good Judge here. I had to respond with my own Judge, but overall it seemed pretty strong. I had the double energy on Zora, so worst comes to worst, I whiff Zoroark, I retreat into Reshiram. It's completely fine. You see there, I'm BMing. First card I draw.
True, he just rips the Zoroark
on
the table. Yeah. At some point here, we will both flip our prize cards over. This is something we're trying in our gameplay. Let us know in the comments if you do like it. After our first deck search, we like to flip our prize cards up and just take them in the order that they are presented, just so you guys can see what we prized, and we don't have to waste time.
Was there a Hero's Cape there? No, that's a Mochi. I thought I was tripping. I thought I didn't put down Hero's Cape.
Yeah. So Lucas gets the 170 on turn 2, which is pretty good. I had a dead hand until I top deck Pokegear into Lilies, was able to get my Lucario, my Zoroark down, and Lilies. What you will see here in a moment is I did prize my second Lunatone, and unfortunately started my second Lunatone, even though I do play the 4 Zoroark. I am debating here if I want to even bench the second Zoroark. I do end up doing it because I wanted to thin, but there was a bit of a thought here towards if we want to limit our bench for potentially taking 3 prize. Lucas is on 5, and then he'd have to go boss KO on 2 1-prizers.
But we felt that eventually he would have benched another thing anyway.
Yeah, so and we do see, I didn't really notice I prized Lunatone because we forgot to flip our prize cards right away, but I don't think it changes anything. Instead, I get the second Riolu off of the panel. I did prize Scoop Up Cyclone, Kieran, and a Premium Power Pro, so my prizes weren't great to me here, but
yes.
Lucas did prize his Meowth as well, so.
Yeah, I mean, there's a vast
turns out
difference.
you do have to prize 6 cards every game.
You do have to, yeah. So eventually you prize something that's somewhat decent.
So I end up going for pretty much just get the Riolu, and then I think I do just go for the Lucario attack here, put double energy to Riolu. Sets up my board, doesn't put Lucas into any meaningful, powerful rage attack damage. It's only doing 260 here, doesn't come anywhere near one-shotting.
I'm not going to be able to one-shot him here. You see, I trade before Ultra Ball to try and hit my third Zoroark, it would be.
Yeah.
So we ripped the Ultra Ball for the Zoroark. I think I do put down triple Zoroark this turn, but it was kind of a mid-turn. I didn't get I forget what I was trying to hit. Oh, there was this weird decision here where I decided to chuck Boss because if I hit Monkey plus Zoroark, or is it Monkey plus Zekrom? It's pretty good, but I also know that Boss isn't going to give me much value, so I think it's worth
the 6 Serrano,
the extreme high roll for the potential just winning of the game by killing the Lucario. Because I'm never bossing a Zoroark. I'm never bossing Riolu. It just feels pretty mid, especially without the knowledge of him prizing his third Riolu. So I just opt to attach energy to my Zekrom, try and 2-shot this Lucario. Sadly, Landon's build is very tanky, the Lucario build, because there is the Hariyama, no Wallies, no Scoop Up Cyclone, but he is playing the Wallies here, which we will see. So we can just go Wally's Premium Power. It's pretty good here.
But I did not hit the Premium Power, so I am unable to use Wally and then take Knockout here because I have to return the energy to hand, so I can't Mega Brave, and I do not hit the Premium Power Pro to go for the 160, which I need to knock out here. This would leave 20 HP left. So I do end up having to go for a weird play, and Lily, notably, this is not an Iono format, as we all should know by now, so you kind of want to build your hand as much as possible, so that's why we see me Lilying here. I know I'm taking 2 prize prize cards, so I want to get my last opportunity to draw 8 and just have a big hand, and kind of just, you'll see me basically sit on this hand for the rest of the game. And the previous hand didn't have much other than, like, I think it was actually 5 supporters. So I do take the Kieran and the Lunatone off the prizes here, which is going to be really helpful next turn. I'm going to be able to start drawing cards off Lunar Cycle again, and Lucas is trading some cards away.
This was the turn where I made a weird decision. I attached a Mochi to my bench bench Zoroark, which was kind of weird because you kind of want you do want Hero's Cape.
Lucas is playing Hero's Cape. I don't know if you mentioned.
I am playing Hero's Cape. I take back this Fez. Yeah, this is bad. I took back multiple things this game. That's my fault. This deck's hard.
Yeah, and I would prefer that we take things back and like make a better game for you guys. And we also, I've never tried this voiceover thing, but Lucas suggested it. I do like the voiceover because we can kind of in retrospect look at our plays and provide some more insight for you guys. So yeah, Lucas does attach the Mochi and the Lily for 6 cards.
Yeah, this Darumaka isn't gonna do too much. It does end up being a pretty cool play I make, but I also take this back because I take it back a couple plays later because I need the bench space for Monkey Dory Zekrom because I don't play Turo in my Zoroark deck. I'm very used to playing Zoroark.
Not legal, just by the way.
Yeah, I'm very used to playing Turo in my deck. But now that it's rotated, I can't. So I play a little bit incorrect with Zoroark because I'm used to playing Taro. So I take my Darumaka
and that's
back.
natural for anybody playing this format. It's like we've lost a huge amount of cards. Like not playing around Iono constantly is such a weird feeling. Like, you're so used to it. Sitting there with like a 10-card hand feels really weird, but it's probably safe most of the time, unless your opponent's playing something like Judge.
But that doesn't end up mattering because it's just the same uniform amount of cards. It's not really playing around Iono.
Yeah, so you don't have to like worry about things going to the bottom. Play Pro are not going to be playing high supporter counts that do disrupt, so you can maybe count on your hand getting disrupted once or twice at most in a game, whereas Iono could be played between both players. Honestly, I've played games where we've both played all 4 of our Ionos.
Yeah,
and that's not something that's gonna be happening anymore.
Yeah, I have had many games where it's like Iono and then they play Iono and then you play Iono and then you play Iono.
Exactly.
Like no one builds a hand.
So I think here I'm gonna go for the Lunar Cycle. I don't have a whole lot of meaningful stuff in hand here. You see me maybe just trying to thin as much as I can from the deck, ultra balling. I am trying to play around a potential Judge because I am going to be able to maybe boss or get a big Power Pro combo for game at some point.
Yes.
And I do try to maybe Kieran here. And I was thinking of playing Kieran instead of Power Pro because you can stack the Power Pros in one turn if I need to KO through Hero's Cape. But then I was like, Lucas attached the Mochi to the Zoroark, so this turn the Zoroark will never have a cape, so I only ever need one modifier. And in that case, the Kieran is just as good. And it also has the added utility of switching me back out of the Lucario to Mega Wave again.
There was definitely this turn was insane. I remember taking a couple minutes to think here, but I could have promoted Zora, bossed a Lunatone and done 20 to it, but then I would have lost to Boss Energy Premium Power Pro, which I didn't really like. So I end up just trying to thin my deck out, and I try to draw a pretty crazy combo for next turn.
I still don't know why you discarded the Zekrom here, though, because if your combo involved... Oh, did it not involve?
It didn't involve
Okay,
it.
It doesn't
yeah,
involve
I was betting on you taking a prize here.
Which I think I did end up doing.
Yeah. And I think it was fine for you to do that. It might have been.
I wasn't thinking about Janine's in your deck. I totally, if I had thought you had Janine's, just in my head, there was no way the Petron could take a KO because it can't poison itself, but the Janine poisons the Petch, so you can.
To catch everyone up to speed, basically, we're talking about I eventually ended up passing this turn. I'm checking his discard pile for fighting energies to see if I can boss his Lunatone and if there's a decent chance he doesn't have fighting energy boss plus premium power. But I know that Lucario plays a lot of fightings. I'm grabbing Fez here for the future. I think I end up lilying this hand. Like, it might have been correct to hold the Ultra Ball, but it's so many cards and it's a really tight game. I don't know.
Lucas has 2 game-winning combos. He basically, you'll see what he ends up doing later this turn, which is one of the lines, or maybe it's the next turn of the game. But he can go for a max damage Petrant with Janine to self-poison and a Mochi to hit the 340, or he can go for establish a small amount of chip damage on one of the rocks and then try to go for a Mochi Darumaka double KO the next turn.
But I decided to go for the just pass, see if he takes a prize card route. which might have been incorrect in hindsight because I don't like making non-forceful plays. But I do bench the Darumaka's as, backups. He does end up taking the prize, which I'm unsure about if that was correct. But yeah,
I don't think I would have taken the prize if Janine was at all on my radar.
Janine's a pretty forgetful card. Forgettable, not forgetful.
Yeah, like it hasn't seen play in Zoroark in quite some time. This is a new format. Obviously, if there's like any amount of established results for the deck, I probably would have caught on to it. But this is some of the very first games that we've both played post-rotation. So you get to kind of watch us go through our growing pains here. All together. We're all a team. Oh, we're Pokemon friends, everybody. That's what we are.
True, man. I think earlier on in this format, there was Janine and Zoroark, like with the early...
Yeah, there was. That was at Worlds. I just want to make a comment on why I did the energies that way I did here, because I wanted to have enough energy for one of the Zoroarks to attack, and then if I want to scoop up Cyclone to pick up the fightings, I want to pick up 2, and then be able to discard them with Lunatone. Not that it really is going to mattering here. I did take the 1 prize KO. Lucas has to try and dig for the Petron combo, which I don't believe he ends up hitting, and he does go for a different play that does give him an out. So let's see how that goes. You're going to trade.
Yeah, I draw 2. I don't hit it this turn. I try to show the camera in my hand, but I should do a terrible job of doing that.
Yeah, I'm much more locked in on you guys. Sorry. Lucas is L beta at this time.
Yeah, true. I don't hit. I needed 1 Janine here to hit the combo to go ends Castle, retreat into Petulant, attach to Petulant, use Janine, binding Mochi. I whiff here, slam the table.
True, he crashes out. No, I think the bigger crash out comes later.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting on my 7-card hand, so Lucas kind of has to know that if he doesn't hit it here, I am probably going to get it.
No, I crashed out right after the Fez.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
You slammed the table. The way we have the camera set up, it is affixed to a non-table surface, so anytime that Lucas crashes out on camera, it does not violently shake the camera and make you guys nauseous.
I don't violently crash out that often. I take back discarding a Darmanitan here and discard something else that I had in my hand because it was just a bad play to do this.
Yeah, you want to hold the Darmanitan because what Lucas does here, he goes for the 50 damage on the Lunatone.
I go for 50, and then I can go boss. I wanted the Night Stretcher so that I could get a second Zoroark and have a better chance of hitting the boss combo.
But I end up having the Scoop Up Cyclone, so that makes that Malevoid. I hit the triple Power Pro, the Kieran for the disrespect, the absolute fist through the field here. Just giant fighting damage KOs the Zoroark. And then this is kind of where we really thought it was important for the Hero's Cape, but the Mochi kind of stopped that from happening. But that is the end of our Lucario versus Zoroark gameplay. Any more comments for the...
I think this matchup's fine for Zoroark. It's just like I did not hit Hero's Cape and I touched Mochi.
Like that. Obviously, if we look at that game, it'd be very different if the Mochi was a Hero's Cape. I do actually think I would have still KO'd you with my hand because I had 390 with the Kieran triple power tablet. So it didn't end up mattering because like Lucario is just a beast like that, and it just goes and kills them. But super interesting matchup. We're very excited about this new post rotation format. I personally am very excited to see Guardy go goodbye. I'm very tired of playing against Gardevoir all the actual time. So this is very refreshing for us. That all being said, please leave us a like, comment, subscribe. Lucas has Twitter. I have
Twitter.
He has Metafy. I am back on Metafy coaching, so if you want to get some coaching, shout out myself. Link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Take so much care. Goodbye.
Goodbye.